And we are live. What is up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Thursday. It is 5 o'clock here in beautiful Lakewood Ranch. Actually, not so beautiful. It's weird. We have some kind of a like Sahara cloud or something like that. It's just been like cloudy and weird. Not even really raining, just kind of cloudy like the last 3 days. Well, anyway, welcome back. We obviously were not here last weekend. It was last 4th of July. I hope you had a fantastic 4th of July. Got to see a lot of fireworks. We were actually at a friend's house. My best friend lives here in Lakewood Ranch in Del Webb. So we spent the day over there barbecuing, hot dogs, chilies, smash burgers. Got to see like a laser light show at Del Webb at their little pool area. That was okay. But then we went back over to their house and neighbors shot off some fireworks. That was a lot of fun. Hope you had a safe and fun 4th of July. We definitely did. So yeah, it's good to be back. I appreciate you guys tuning in, watching. Drop a comment down below. As always, let us know where you are watching from. Let us know if you have any questions, if you have any comments. If you're not watching live, that's okay. I still check the messages anyway. And if you don't feel comfortable for whatever reason or other putting your comments out there publicly, you can always text me, send me an email. My contact information is down below. Got some cool things to go over today. So let's just dive right in and talk about it. So we got a couple things on the agenda today. Our featured community is the Isles in Lakewood Ranch. Absolutely love that community. I'm going to show you a quick little video while I tell you about some of the features on there. I have some fun stories. And then, of course, the big story is about the interest rates and whether or not you should buy or not. So I am going to share my screen. Let's get that off the screen first too. Yeah, drop a comment down below. Let us know. For those of you who have not tuned in before, my name is Adam Miller. I am a real estate agent, lifestyle matchmaker here in Lakewood Ranch. We do this live stream every Thursday at 5 o'clock. And for those of you interested, not only do we have this channel that you're currently watching, but we also have a second YouTube channel called 941 Premier Home Tours. For those of you who like seeing home tours, not just Lakewood Ranch, all over Sarasota, Manatee County. Super excited. We're going to do a fat house Sunday siesta key, canal front home, pool, elevator, boat stock. Can't wait. So anyway, we have two channels, 941 Lifestyle Group, the one you're watching right now, 941 Premier Home Tours. Go check it out. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe. All right, let's dive right in. Let me share my screen real quick. And without further ado, entire screen. There we go. So the Isles, I love the Isles, such a beautiful community. So I'm not going to show you this entire video. It's 3+ minutes. But if you like a community that is all about the lifestyle activities, man, this is going to be one for you. So single family homes is interesting. I went on the Lakewood Ranch website. They have to update their numbers because they say single family homes range from the 800s to about 1 million and up. I pulled up some of the homes for sale, and I'll link those in the description down below too. There's one that's well over $2 million. And I'm not even sure if you can get them in 800s anymore. I didn't go back to look to see if there are any listed in the 800s. Probably not, because prices have just skyrocketed. But you can get homes in there from 2,200 square feet up to 4,200 square feet. And it's kind of small. It's only going to be 450 homes in this community. The homeowners association fees, $300 to $400 a month. Maintenance is included. I think that's a pretty good deal because, as you can see, the community is gorgeous. They have this beautiful pool, tennis courts, pickleball courts. There's a clubhouse. There's a dog park. There's a fitness center. There is a resort-style swimming pool, as you can see right there. And I absolutely love that they have this boat dock, not boat dock, like just a little dock that you can get on the lake. I've never seen anybody fishing there. I've been there a whole bunch of times. But it's gorgeous, and there's walking trails, and there's that boardwalk. I think there's another boardwalk. You kind of see the little dog path. There's a little hot tub there too. Doesn't my videographer do a great job with these videos? It really gives us some good perspective. There's a meditation lawn too, which I thought was really cool. And I don't know if you can kind of see this in this picture too, but that area around the pool is just stunningly gorgeous. Just like this little pavilion there. Anyway, these are all by Toll Brothers, and just a stunningly gorgeous community. I'll put links in the description down below so you can get some information, as well as some information down below if you want to see what homes are looking like for sale there. There was an article too that I was going to actually talk about too before I even realized I was going to have the Isles as the featured property, because this just came out the other day. Toll Brothers unveils 4 new luxury home designs in the aisles at Lakewood Ranch, which I thought was interesting because usually they kind of have that stuff all squared away. And this has been in the works for a while. So they are the nation's leading builder of luxury homes. They announced the anticipated release of 4 new home designs available at the aisles in Lakewood Ranch. I thought that was weird because if you were somebody who purchased a house already and you saw their floor models, wouldn't you be upset that now you have 4 other options? I don't know. That's just me thinking. So they have new 1 and 2 story single family home designs featuring flexible spaces and contemporary architecture. I do like that they have flexible spaces. It's not just something that is written in stone. Look how gorgeous that is, right? I think that's the one that's in one of the models that's in Lakewood Ranch. 3 to 5 bedrooms, 2.5 to 4.5 bathrooms, 10-foot ceilings, and flex rooms, office spaces, second floor lofts, and 2 or 3 car garages. Now, I've done a couple of videos on the 941 Premier Home Tours. I didn't link them in there, but when this is done, I will go back and link those in there. So this community is truly taking shape with exciting new home designs and home site releases. So generally what happens with the home sites is they don't release every single solitary lot that they have. They open them up little by little. But yeah, it is a stunningly, it does say it's a fishing dock. I'm reading kind of the notes. I didn't realize it was a fishing dock. People sneak in there one day and do a little fishing. Check it out. It's a gated community. So right now you can get in because it's open to the public, because the public's invited to obviously see the model homes that eventually will not be, you won't be able to get in it because it is gated. I pulled this up too. This is off of our website, 941 Lifestyle Group, for those of you who care, because I wanted to see what homes are for sale. This one just had $100,000 price drop. Look at this one. This one just had a $177,000 price adjustment. Let's check that out real quick. I don't necessarily want to go through the entire model, but man, it's gorgeous. That is one. Oh, that's one of the models. So they don't even have any. They don't even have any other pictures of it. But let's sort to see what the least expensive is. Oh yeah, so you can get them in the 800s. So that is 879,000. So these are all still new construction. Sometimes they're in the multiple listing service. When they're not new construction, I'm just going to see if there's any that are not the new construction, so you can kind of see what they look like, because there are, believe it or not, resale homes already in there. I think that's the model home. Yeah, I think that is one of the model homes. It's just a gorgeous. Oh, there's some pictures. And any pictures of the inside? Oh yeah. So I don't know if this is your style. You'll absolutely love and live in the Isles. I've done a few videos in there. I love checking out this neighborhood. Just beautiful. I don't know about you. Drop a comment down below if you kind of like that white on white, gray on gray. I know that's been trending for a pretty long time, but I don't know. I kind of like it. It's neutral. It's not tan. The size of that bathtub too. Yeah, it looks a little weird, not furnished. So this is probably not one of their model homes. This is probably like a move-in ready home, as they call it. Quick move-in. Even the garage has got the floors on there. Well, cool. I will link these in the description down below. You can check it out. And that's the Isles. So let's talk about a couple things that are coming our way. I'm super excited about this one. I saw the sign go up a week or so ago. Bar Italia, a new Italian restaurant, is set to open in Lakewood Ranch. This is in Center Point Plaza, which is on University Parkway, just east of Lakewood Ranch Boulevard. Actually, the Center Point actually starts on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard, but it's more a little further east. But Bar Italia sounds like it's going to be awesome. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic Italian food. There's also a couple other things that have opened up in there recently. There is health food store. I can't think of Chamberlain's just opened up in there. And I did a video there too. I'll put a link in the description down below showing you everything that is coming into this community. There's Owen's Fish Camp is in there. There's supposed to be a Tommy Bahamas. There's something that is being built. I've looked at the map on Center Point. There's something massive going in there. It looks like it would be where a Tommy Bahamas would go, but according to their map at Center Point, it's somewhere else. Anyway, super excited that is coming soon, July the 13th, which is, what is today? Today is July the 11th. So that is in a couple of days. If you like a good Italian food, I've heard nothing but great things. So super excited. This one, I'm not going to go through this entire article, but I saw this the other day and I was like, something in a world full of just negativity and news organizations. By the way, that little ad that just popped up, Sammy Hagar. Yeah, we're going to see him Sunday night. We're going to see Sammy Hagar with Joe Satriani, great guitarist, and not Alex Van Halen. Sorry, I wish it was Alex Van Halen. Michael Anthony and John Bonham's kid playing the drums. So that's going to be up in Tampa. I know there's still tickets available. We're super excited. We're actually doing a little staycation staying up there. But anyway, I digress. This article made me kind of feel pretty good because, like I said, the news is usually filled with just a bunch of crap and a bunch of negativity and just a lot of divisive stuff. And I saw this. I'm not going to go through all this one, though, but I like the fact that they wrote an article about 24 Bradenton area restaurants that had a near perfect health inspection. Now, I worked in the restaurant business, so health inspectors are enough to scare the bejesus out of you. But I am pretty excited. And the only one, there's a lot worth mentioning. I'll link it below. But Remy's on Main. I love Remy's on Main. I've eaten there many times. Their food is delicious. The owners are awesome. I pulled her aside. Like I said, I worked in the restaurant business. I worked for Wolfgang Puck. I worked for Panera Bread, a lot of mom and pop stores. Know a lot about the restaurant business. And the owner is always out and about. She hustles. But she's always out and about, touching tables, seeing how everything's doing. So the last time I was there with a bunch of others, like 8 or 10 of us having dinner, I pulled her aside. I was like, I just appreciate what you're doing. So it was cool to see on there that their back of the house is probably just as nice as the front of the house. So there was a couple other ones, a couple in Palmetto, Five Guys in Bradenton made the list. And again, I'll link this down there. It was just, I think there was Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard. I've never been there before, but they're in Lakewood Ranch as well. And yeah, shout outs to them because I know how tough it is to keep a restaurant clean. If you've ever worked in the restaurant business, and I'm sure if you've just been not having your head in the sand, everyone is short-staffed right now. Everybody is vying for good employees. So it is tough to keep a restaurant clean, especially with a health inspector coming in. So I thought that was a little bit of good news. Thought I'd share that with you. All right, so let's talk about this. This was an article that came out from the Florida Realtor, a voice for Florida real estate in Florida. And I thought it was a great read, and I thought it was worthwhile talking about because obviously if you pay attention to the news, there is so much mixed messages about what is happening in the real estate markets. You've been waiting for our real estate market crash since 2011? Not happening. Market did not crash. It's not likely going to crash. I'm going to link this in the description down below, but let's talk about this one. So buyers should not wait for mortgage rates to drop dramatically this year, experts say. Kind of disappointing because I know toward the beginning of this year, a lot of us, especially in the real estate world, were thinking that, with an election coming up, interest rates would probably drop down to like low 6s, maybe the high 5s. I'm going to look real quick to see what the interest rates are right now as we speak. 6.85. I don't know if you see that, 6.85. So yeah, so they dipped below 7%. It's down 0.14%. Still kind of high. But things are going to change. I think the Feds are purposely keeping the market slow. So the housing market shows few signs of busting out its 3-year funk after a disappointing spring season. Amid a gloomy outlook for the summer and the fall, home shoppers came into 2024 with optimism. Yep, thought so as well, that mortgage rates would ease further after a decline last year, but those hopes faded as a stronger than expected data on inflation and the economy clouded the timing of a possible rate by the Federal Reserve. Kind of a bummer. By April, the average was about 7%. Now it's down obviously a little for that. But here's some key trends. The spring home buying season, it was a bust again, which is obviously disappointing. Done on purpose. On average, more than 1/3 of all homes sold in a given year are purchased between March and June. Did you know that? I knew that. This is known as the spring buying season. Now, of course, we live in Florida where it's warm. Lived in Hawaii before that. It's not as seasonal. It's still seasonal. But a lot of people are, it's winter. Finally gets a little nicer. People list their house for sale. More houses sell. Sales of previously occupied U.S. homes fell in the March to June period, down from 2022, down from 2023. Sales declined in March, April, and May of this year. Now, Lakewood Ranch, kind of a little bubble, not necessarily the case. If you're following the channel, you know I do a video every month with the stats. I'll link them in the description down below too if you are a numbers geek like I am. Higher rates deter home buyers. That is still the case. We are seeing that the people who are selling and the people who are buying, generally speaking, are people who have to, right? There's lots of reasons why people have to sell. The 7Ds, right? Diapers, divorce, downsizing. There's a lot of reasons. But buyers are kind of sitting on the sideline. And the other big thing is that there are not enough homes for sale. Now, again, Lakewood Ranch, that's a little different. If you've been watching this, you know I wrap up this live stream talking about the builder incentives. That list just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Those incentives keep getting bigger and bigger because they're still building. We're 60% built out in Lakewood Ranch. So a lot of this does not necessarily specifically apply to Lakewood Ranch. So the good news is the number of homes on the market at the end of May was the most since August 2022, giving buyers more choices. A trend that bodes well for home buyers this summer. The bad news, the supply of homes available for sale nationally remains well below its pre-pandemic limits. The supply of homes for sale across the U.S. was tight before COVID hit, due more than a decade. Okay. And the price isn't right. The national median sales price rose 5.8% in May from a year earlier to 4.19%, an all-time high on records going back to 1999. The price increases are slowing, however. Home prices rose 4.9% in May from a year earlier, the smallest increase since October. The surge in mortgage rates this spring caused both slowing home buyer demands and prices. Home prices, and we're going to get to this too, home prices are cooling as more homes sit on the market. I'm going to fill you in on conversations I had with a home seller just yesterday. I went on a listing appointment. And they're sitting on the market longer. So I have been showing you some statistics. So there's still a lot of very unrealistic sellers. So I pull up the statistics of price adjustments, homes that are priced too high that were rejected by the market and had to lower the price. So I pulled this up 5 minutes before getting on this. So just today in Sarasota, Manatee County, there were 88 properties that had to adjust their price down. In the last 24 hours, there was 136 properties had to adjust their price down. In the last 3 days, 386 homes. That is a tremendous amount for the last 3 days had to adjust their price. Market rejected it, their price too high. In the last 7 days, 577. Now I've been doing these numbers for weeks now, probably 2-3 months. That is the highest I've seen, the highest 7-day average, highest number I've seen for price adjustments in the last 7 days. Yeah, so I'm going to fill you in really quick as briefly as I can, because I'm not sure if I got the listing or didn't get the listing, but I met with a seller yesterday who wants to sell their house. I had the numbers, I had the statistics. He wanted to list it about $100,000 more than the market value. And at this price point, that is a tremendous amount. That was about 15% higher than the most expensive one to sell in the neighborhood. That is a big chunk. He's like, well, I spent all this money. I updated my kitchen. I updated my bathrooms. My conversation, because I'm always respectfully very honest, is that if you put in $1 million pool, you don't have $1 million house. You just have a house with a really nice pool. Now, is it worth more? Of course. It's just not worth $1 million. So just because you spent $1 million doesn't mean that you're going to be able to recoup that money back. So my guess is he's probably going to list with the person who wants to tell him the price that he wanted to hear. And the problem with that is, you know, we talked about that 2 weeks ago. Those homes wind up selling for like 80% of the asking price, where on average they're selling for about 97% of the asking price. Anyway, we'll see what happens, to be determined. So I pulled up the statistics for the properties that have adjusted their prices in the last 24 hours. So that was 136 homes. Really interesting. On average, those homes have been sitting on the market for 87 days, which is a long time. I just did a video the other day of the statistics. And I think in Manatee County, I think the average days on the market before getting an offer was like 40 something days. So these homes on average were on the market for 87 days. They still don't have an offer. They adjusted the prices. You got to love ChatGPT. You can plug all these numbers in, get the data back. So they adjusted their price 1.2% to 2.86%. That was kind of the range. Of those 136 homes that adjusted their price down, 15 of those homes were listed on the market for over 200 days. That is a long time. That's almost 6 months. That's more than 6 months. There were 5 of those homes that were listed for over 300 days. One of those homes listed for over 550 days. One of those homes listed for over 750 days. I don't want to give you the exact number. That is tremendous. That is an unmotivated seller or an incompetent real estate agent or a combination of both. There were some of those properties, I didn't go through all of those, that had upwards of 8 to 10 price adjustments. So on average, the homes, I think in Manatee County, were selling for, I think 95%, 95.6% of the asking price. And if you go back and look at the video I did not too long ago, talking about what these homes that are overpriced and are doing all these price adjustments and on the market for 2, 3, 400 days, they're selling for like 81% of the asking price. So which would you want? 95% of the asking price and sell it in the next, 2, 3 months, or sit on the market for 300 days, 500 days, and eventually sell it for 80% of the asking price. Now, keep in mind, those homeowners are still paying, if they're in a homeowners association, they're still paying their homeowners association fees, their taxes, their utilities. They still have to keep the house presentable, right? Because at any time somebody can come show the house. So you need to have it clean. You need to have it neat. You need to be able to leave your house, right? If somebody comes to show it, you have to do that for a whole 6 years or six months or a year. I've sold houses before, sold my own house before. It's tough to do. If you have kids, then you have to get the kids out of the house. If you have a dog, you have to get the dog out of the house. It's a pain in the butt. So price it right, sell it fast. That's the game. Sell it for the most amount of money in the least amount of time with the least amount of hassles. That's all I'm going to say on that one. I'm not sure I'm going to continue to do videos because I've done a bunch of these. Let's talk about the builder incentives. I'll put this link in the description down below. There's a bunch. Not as many as there were, I think, last time I did this one, but these are a bunch. And I pulled up to see which ones were interesting, and these two caught my eye. D.R. Horton is building homes in a lot of neighborhoods, but specifically Star Farms, which I really love. I really like Star Farms. And Solera. Solera is a great neighborhood. It is pretty economical. I mean, you can buy brand new houses in the $400,000 range, brand new house. Star Farms, big, massive range. You can get them, I think, in the 400s up to 3 million and kind of everything in between. But they have these red tags out. So I pulled them up to see what they are. Actually, they're both the same for both neighborhoods. But from July 6th to July 21st, you can receive up to $30,000 for used for flex cash or closing costs on select inventory. That means that they have houses that are probably done. Or you can get a fixed FHA mortgage rate for 5.9%, 5.843 APR, which is great considering it's almost a point higher than that one. Here's what I will tell you as I wrap up every week. If you go to see some of these model homes, there are very nice, very friendly, very knowledgeable salespeople in those model homes. Guess what? They work for and represent the seller, which in this case is the builder. You want somebody representing you. We prefer it be us. So if you go in there, you can register Jessica Miller or Adam Miller as your real estate agent. Or if you go to the Lakewood Ranch Visitor Center right there on Main Street, you can register us as your real estate agent. So any of the new model homes. Now, if you register us, that just means that you have somebody who is on your side, who is representing you, because the people in the model homes, they represent the sellers, which is the builders. I appreciate you guys watching. Drop those comments down below. We want to hear where you are watching from. I will do these live streams for 30 minutes. I will do these live streams for an hour and 30 minutes. All depends on what you want to do. Again, put the links down below. 941 Premier Home Tours. That is our home tour channel. 941 Lifestyle Group. We appreciate you guys watching. You guys have an amazing day, and we will see you next time. Have a great day, everybody.